Breaking news from the Alert Center. The Omaha Fire Department was called to a fire in a home early this morning. The fire started shortly before 2 a.m. near 31st and Vinton Streets. That's in the South Omaha area. Well, OFD investigators are working to learn the cause of the fire. We're hoping to learn more on this. That is our breaking news we brought to you in our newscast as well as on our website at First Alert 6. Well, my name is Elena Riley. Happy Friday, happy Halloween, and thank you very much for joining me here at the Alert Center, where I bring you all of our top headlines to get your morning started. So let's head into more. Well, 5 people, including an Omaha City employee, have been arrested in an ongoing criminal investigation into sex trafficking. A search warrant was served yesterday morning at the City of Omaha Finance Department, and one of the accountants, Amy Hicks, she's 39, who works in the department, was arrested. And according to the criminal complaint, Hicks is accused of 6 felony counts, including possession of child porn, pandering, conspiracy to commit a felony of sex trafficking, visual depiction of sexually explicit conduct, keeping a place of prostitution, and evading income tax. Thomas Falcon is facing 7 charges, including sex trafficking of a minor. Douglas Johnson and Scott Nelson are each accused of possession of child pornography, and Stephen Harper is accused of keeping a place of prostitution. Well, all suspects are expected to appear in either Douglas County or federal court this morning. And the man accused of a burglary that ended in a shootout with Omaha police last month will appear in court today. Dean Weiss, he's 55, is facing charges after police say he fired a handgun at officers, and he was hospitalized after responding officers returned fire during the October 16th incident. He was shot in the abdomen and was also bitten by an officer's canine during the incident. That's according to police reports. And officers, identified as Jamel Ross and Andrew Wolf, were responding to a burglary report at a West Omaha residence near 152nd and Spencer Streets. Well, investigators later said they believe the break-in was a domestic violence incident, saying the victim had previously been in a relationship with the suspect. Next up, today, Mayor John Ewing Jr. will further discuss how he plans to address homeless encampments here in Omaha. Ewing will be joined by officials to explain how a new program will work over the next 6 months, as well as how the pilot results will be reported. That's what a release states. The program is set to officially launch tomorrow. Ewing has previously said it will bring together all the agencies that help the homeless. And back in early August, Mayor Ewing said he planned to start a citywide homeless camp task force. Officials say the task force will begin rolling out in the coming months. Well, Ewing's news conference is scheduled for 1 p.m. today, and First Alert 6 will bring extensive coverage on air and online. That's our promise. That's throughout the day today. Well, last week, the City Council voted down a proposed ordinance aimed at prohibiting homeless encampments on city property. Well, the Washington County Sheriff has released an update on a situation where a man who allegedly shot at deputies went missing from the hospital on Tuesday. In a release yesterday, Sheriff Mike Robinson shared that mistakes were made from law enforcement in the incident. And Robinson says the actions of the sheriff's office are under full review. Well, he posted to social media, "I want to strongly state the Blair Hospital is not responsible or at fault for the subject walking out of the hospital." And the incident began when authorities got a request for a well-being check of a man having a mental health crisis on Tuesday. Investigators say they found the man in body armor and with an assault rifle. He allegedly fired multiple rounds at law enforcement before he was taken to a hospital in Blair for a mental evaluation. Authorities say he walked out of the hospital that night. But deputies found that the man had received a ride and was taken to his residence. He was found near his home and detained early Wednesday. That's what officials report. All right, my last headline for this morning is that Husker football head coach Matt Rule is doubling down on his commitment to the program. Rule signed a 2-year contract extension yesterday morning through 2032. The extension comes weeks after speculation surfaced tying him to the opening at his alma mater, which is Penn State. And shortly after the announcement, Rule explained his thinking process when it came to making the decision to stay. Well, Rule said, "I've discovered my love of this game and coaching and all that with these guys that are here. We've wanted to be here and we expect to be here for a long time." That's what Rule said. And he said, "We have much, much, much more to do." Well, athletic director Troy Dannon says they first began discussing an extension this past summer. All right. That is all the headlines I have for you this morning. We'll head over here to First Alert 6 on our website where we can see where these are all at. This is 6 things you need to know. Of course, it's Friday, October 31st. I bring this web story to you at about 6 a.m. every weekday morning, as well as this live stream here at around 8 a.m. Alrighty, thank you very much for starting your morning with me. I hope you'll join me at about 10:45 as well this morning, or I'll have another streaming desk hit to tell you about things happening in the Omaha Metro. So a lot of fun fall and Halloween events and much, much more. So please tune into that and have a good start to your day.